Nithi.
Hello and welcome all.
Just a minute, ma'am. Ma'am. I'm releasing YouTube.
Okay, sir.
YouTube. Just a minute.
Ma'am, I'm Deepika. Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Greetings to all on the 74th Independence Day.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Kartika.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
So,
sir, shall I?
ma'am, just a minute, ma'am. Just I'm releasing live to YouTube.
Good morning, Major Nithi. This is the Principal Nageshwar Rao. Thank you very much for coming to this webinar and to give away our valuable address to all the young students, youngsters and the youth particularly, and for all of us also. Because we always feel, even I am 60, I feel I am very young and youth.
And my honor that I could be part of this.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome all. Good morning, all the eminent personalities present in the webinar today. Keshav Memorial Institute of Commerce and Sciences welcomes you all for today's webinar on the eve of Independence Day, that is, Contribution of Youth in Nation Building. I welcome Sri Annadanam Subramaniam Sir, Secretary, Keshav Memorial Education Society, our beloved Principal Sir, Nageshwar Rao Sir, Keshav Memorial Institute of Commerce and Sciences, and today's speaker, Major Nithi.CJ Madam. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
I also invite all our principals of our institution under Keshav Memorial Education Society. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. If a country is to be built successfully, become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are 3 bi-societal members who can make a difference. They are the teacher, the mother, and the father, said by Sri Abdul Kalam, who has always been a great inspiration. Now, let us start the session with the prayer song. I invite Mrs. D.L. Kartika Madam, lecturer in English, to sing the prayer song. I welcome you, Madam. Thank you, ma'am.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malayaj Shitalam, Vande Mataram. Subrachosim Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim Suhasinim Sumadhura Bhashinim Sukhadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Koti Koti Kantha कल कल निनाद कराले कोटि कोटि भुजे धृत कर करवाले अबल के नुमाम्यत बले बाहुबल धारिणीं नमामि तारिणीं रिपुदल वारिणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरम् तुम्हें वेद्या तुम्हें धर्मा तुम्हें हृदय तुम्हें मर्मा त्वं हि प्राणाः शरीरे बाहुते तुम्हें मा शक्ति हृदये तुम्हें मा भक्ति तुम्हारे प्रतिमा गढ़ी मंदिरे मंदिरे वन्दे मातरम् त्वं हि दुर्गा दश प्रहरणधारिणी कमला कमलदल विहारिणी वाणी विद्यादायिनी नमामि त्वां नमामि कमलाम् अमलाम् अतुलां सुजलां सुफलां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् श्यामलां सरलां सुष्मितां भूषितां धरणीं भरणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. It was very pleasant. Your pride for your country should not come after your country becomes great. Your country becomes great because you have pride in it. 74th Independence Day 2020, India's Independence Day reminds the country's citizens of all sacrifices. The freedom fighters have made us view the country's future. Since its independence, India has made stellar progress in every field, including education, military, and space programs. Independence Day is a reminder of the sacrifices of our valiant freedom fighters who stood up against the colonizers and even suffered harsh consequences unintentionally, so that the later generations could breathe in free air. Slaving for 200 years and claiming back our country makes us marvel at the great leaders. Let us remember all those great freedom fighters on this auspicious day which made us live happily ever after, and also the Indian Army. At present, Indian Army is mainly responsible to protect the country against land-based attacks. It also lends a helping hand to other agencies in dealing with terrorists, tackling emergency situations in the country, and also rescuing people in case of natural calamities like floods, earthquakes, etc. Thank you for everything. Now, I request Uma Madam, IQSC Coordinator, Lecturer, Department of English, to repeat the significance of the day. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Deepika, for the opportunity that you have presented to me. Carried with care, coated with pride, dipped in love, fly in glory, moments of freedom in shade of joy, proud to be an Indian. Happy Independence Day. Do you remember the national song that is just sung by Srimati D.L. Karthika? Is from a novel. It is from a novel that is written in 1882 by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Its name is Anand Mat, which soon became the song of the emerging freedom movement in India in those days. Subsequently, it became the national song. And also, do you know that the portrait of Bharat Mata, to which we offer our prayers representing our country, is an inspiration of Abhinendranath Tagore, who is father of Rabindranath Tagore. It is portrayed as a four-armed Hindu goddess wearing saffron-colored robes, holding a book, sheaves of rice, a mala, and a white cloth. Indeed, a good personification which correctly defines what is India. May the sun in his course visit no land freer, happier, more lovely than this our country, proclaimed Sardar Bhagat Singh, a brave warrior who fought for freedom, a gallant fighter who died with the name of Mother India on his lips, hoping his fight will be continued by the coming generations. His sacrifice bore fruit when we got our independence after many unsung heroes fought alongside the more famous ones. After 72 years, we can say that we accomplished the goal of free India. However, the journey towards Atma Nirbharata continues. The dream to achieve the highest pedestal as Vishwaguru Bharat is slowly coming to fruition. Let New India arise out of peasant's cottage, grasping the plough out of huts of cobblers and sweepers, said Swami Vivekananda. This dream is yet to be achieved in its full potential. Yes, progress happened, but there are many things which should be accomplished. The path leading to the top, where you remain unchallenged, is not always very rosy. Resilience and the spirit of hard and intelligent work, which is the hallmark of us Indians, will surely take us to the top. Some brilliant examples who show the way are Mary Kom, Kalpana Chawla, Sundaram Pichai, and Kamala Harris, who is now nominated as to the post of Vice President of United States, which prove that we are in the reckoning. The whole world is our stage. Come on, Indians. We will rededicate ourselves to strive and achieve a place of our own in this universe where we will be an example for others to follow. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I once again wish you all a happy Independence Day. Over to you, Deepika.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I request our beloved principal to give the presiding address. Welcome, sir.
Namaste. Thank you, Deepika, for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I would like to congratulate and thank all the people actually who made us to sit like this, independent and free. So all the rulers who have made our dreams fulfilled, and the present rulers under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, we are able to achieve all our dreams that we had in the last 200 years. 73 years passed. Now, in the last 7 years, we could see tremendous change in the country and in the governance and in the world. And we are regaining our name. India is getting back its name in the world. So I thank all the leadership of present day that is ruling us now. We are ruling ourselves. In fact, we are able to get back and we are able to fulfill our desires. This is a time for all of us to remember all those people who have sacrificed their lives, wealth, health, everything, and why they have fought for this, why they got this independence, that we should understand. And this youth, though India is very ancient, we are very young. With the youth, the present day youth, we have wonderful thoughts now. People are coming with lots of skills, and they are able to get back the name Vishwaguru in the present situation. The pandemic situation made us actually united. Previously, whenever we have such programs, maybe 100 or 200 people used to attend in a college. Now, 2,600 members are ready to listen to Major Nithi. So we are very happy with this. And we are able to give this message to each and everybody, every young student, teachers, or many other researchers, scholars, and faculty members also. We are very happy inviting Major Nithi for this wonderful session, and lot of responsibility is going to be kept on all of us by Major Nithi now. She is going to guide us. She is going to give us guidance, and we thank you very much, Major Nithi, for coming to this wonderful webinar and spreading your message to all of us. I heard that you are doing lots and lots of things. Keshav Memorial Institute of Commerce and Sciences will be in touch with you. Will be definitely, of course, sometimes we may pressurize you to take classes or pressurize you to give us more knowledge in various fields. Definitely our Deepika and Department of English will be in touch with you, and other departments also. NSS also is there in our college. NCC is going to come. We are very happy that we are sanctioned NCC from this academic year only. So we will be inviting you in future definitely physically to our college. Once the pandemic situation is over, whenever you come to Hyderabad, please visit our college and see that our students will get inspired with your wonderful experiences. We also thank very much our society, KC Memorial Education Society, and Secretary Dr. Annadanam Subramanian sir, who is going to speak to you now for a few moments, and all the members, our faculty members and students. On behalf of all these members, I invite you all to attend this webinar. Thank you, Deepika, and I congratulate the Department of English for conducting this wonderful webinar, The Role of Youth in Nation Building. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, I request Annadanam Subramanian sir, Secretary, KC Memorial Education Society, to address the webinar.
सबको नमस्कार। आज के कार्यक्रम की मुख्य अतिथि और प्रधान वक्ता मेजर नीति जी, प्रिंसिपल डॉक्टर नागेश्वर राव जी और अन्य अध्यापक लोग और इस कार्यक्रम में शामिल हुए सारे भारतवासियों को सबको नमस्कार। और मेजर नीति जी को केशव मेमोरियल एजुकेशन की ओर से और केशव मेमोरियल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड साइंसेस की ओर से मैं स्वागत करता हूं। आज शुभ अवसर पर मैं 2-3 विषय आपके सामने प्रस्ताव करने के लिए प्रयास करूंगा। आज सबको इंडिपेंडेंस डे शुभकामनाएं हैं। अपना देश को स्वतंत्र मिला बहुत संघर्षणात्मक प्रयास से और बलिदान की भूमिका से और युवा शक्ति की वीरों की त्याग से अपना देश को स्वतंत्र मिला। चंद्रशेखर आजाद, नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस, भगत सिंह, छापेकर भाइयां, स्वातंत्र्य वीर सावरकर, ऐसी महान भाव लोगों की त्याग से अपने देश को आजादी मिला। इस आजादी 74 ईयर्स होने के पश्चात इस देश जितना प्रगति होना चाहिए उतना प्रगति नहीं हुए सो दिख रहा है, क्योंकि अपना भारत में बहुत जिम्मेदारी निभाने का अवसर और काफी मात्रा में है। अपना देश में युवा शक्ति, सारे संसार में अपने देश में युवा शक्ति काफी मात्रा में है। इस युवा शक्ति इस देश का इतिहास को भूलना नहीं। जो देश इतिहास को भूलते उस देश को भविष्य नहीं रहता। आज भारत में गत 5-6 साल से युवा की मन में देशभक्ति का एक ज्वलंत भावना उभर कर आ रहा है। इसी समय पर लोगों को दायित्व हम देख सकते, सरहद में अपना बॉर्डर्स में वीर जवान लोग जितना कष्ट उठाकर अपना देश को बचाने के लिए प्रयास कर रहा है, उनका जीवन की त्याग कर रहा है। देश के अंदर एक 2 शक्तियां इस देश को प्रगति में लाने के लिए कोशिश कर सकते, एक तो युवा शक्ति और दूसरा नारी शक्ति। ये दोनों शक्तियां सोचे तो इस देश को अच्छी तरह से अच्छी मार्ग में भविष्य रहेगा। आज विद्यालयों में जातीय भावना और देशभक्ति भावना, द पेट्रियाटिज्म लाने के लिए यही प्रयास करना और सारे भारतवासियों में इस देश को जगत गुरु बनाना, इस देश को स्वावलंबी बनाना, इस देश में स्वदेशी भावना, स्वदेशी वस्तु उपयोग की भावना ऐसा लाने के लिए, वो भावना और तीव्र रूप में आने के लिए सब प्रयास करना चाहिए। इसी देश को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए अपना मेजर नीति जी का मार्गदर्शन अपने को मिलेगा। मैं ज़्यादा समय नहीं लेते हुए मेरा वाणी को मैं विराम देता हूँ। जो अवसर मुझे ये अवसर दिया, जो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंग्लिश केशव मेमोरियल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड साइंसेस ऑर्गेनाइजेस को मैं बहुत आभारी प्रकट कर रहा हूँ। धन्यवाद। जय भारत।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words. You always inspire us. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I request DL Karthika, lecturer in English, to introduce the speaker of today.
Thank you, ma'am. It's an honor for me to introduce Major Nithi. Major Nithi was an officer in Indian Army from 2010 to 20. During her service, she undertook various projects and activities towards effective contribution to the organization. She has been instrumental in initiation of new proof of concepts and innovation. A social media enthusiast, she has explored this dimension and put to effective use to benefit the organization, for which she was commanded with General Officer Commanding Commendation Card in 2015. A Master of Sciences in Microbiology from Pandit Ravishankar Shukla University, she is presently pursuing Masters in Philosophy in Defense and Strategic Studies from Punjabi University, Patiala. Apart from being an Army veteran, Major Neeti is an establishing poet. Her genres of interest are Japanese poetry forms. Major Neeti is a qualified graphologist. She pursues handwriting analysis, behavior analysis, and nonverbal communication as a specialization. She believes in assisting people in finding life solutions through graphology and through nonverbal communication. Recently, to help people productively engage, she has started an initiative called Nibs and Inks, a WhatsApp based club for fountain pen enthusiasts. She has been organizing numerous creative writing workshops during lockdown to aid people overcome psychological stress and isolation. Hearty welcome, ma'am, to the webinar.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Jai Hind, greetings to all on the 74th Independence Day. I convey my gratitude to Keshav Memorial and all teachers and all esteemed contributors to this institution for giving me this opportunity to speak on my views on youth, contributions of youth in nation building on this solemn occasion. I would like to start with a quote from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. If a country is to be corruption free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are three key societal members who can make a difference: the mother and the teacher. So, with this and the blessings of all the teachers who are present in this occasion, I would like to express my Shahid Bhagat Singh had mentioned once and written in his essay called Why I Am an Atheist. He mentioned criticism and independent thinking are two indispensable qualities of a revolutionary. When he mentioned this, we need to understand the age, the era to which he belonged. This clearly brings out that when you talk of a revolutionary, the youth has a great role to play in any kind of revolution. When we discuss this topic today, are we discussing a particular age bracket? No, it is a mindset also. A youth need not be of a particular age to contribute towards activities for nation building. A youth can be a mindset. A youth can be from the mind. A youth can be a teacher. A youth can be a student. A youth can be in any discipline, any profession, any strata of the society. When we talk of remaining forever youthful, that means by being open to new challenges in our life. The contributions as a youth, which we look up to, should be selfless service, choosing the harder right than the easier wrong, avoiding herd mentality. We see that we saw recently a lot many national events taking place in last year. Let it be the National Register of Citizens or let it be the Citizenship Amendment Bill. There were protests all across the country. But let us just look back and introspect that how many of us actually understood the issue to the core. We were doing irrational participation without even understanding the issue, without even understanding who will face the repercussions because of this. So this is what I mean when I say avoiding herd mentality. Next is avoiding being part of a group due to peer pressure. Suppose a certain social issue comes up. Somebody posts on the social media that we need to carry out a rally against this. And many of us just join in the rally without even realizing that, we are doing it out of the pressure that what will our friends say? They are being part of this event. What will they feel? At the end of the day, even if it is just you, it matters a lot to this nation. Each one of us constitute this nation. We should take pride in this thought process. In Hindi, like we say, "Boond boond se banta hai sagar." So we are the drop in this big ocean called nation. So let us not forget that and value our individuality, value our rational thought process, which is what will make the entire youth fraternity stronger. The most important thing these days, with modernization having come to even our fingertips, what is important is to remain consistent with our own value system. In the process of appearing trendy or with the trends, let it be in any kind of thought process we take, let it be realism, let it be liberalism, let it be nationalism, let it be any of these which we take regionalism, everything. When we talk of all these things, we forget that there is something called a value system which has been inherent to us over these years. We are losing on this. We are alarmingly losing on this. People, the simplest example is that what is the mindset when we reach the first day of our college? The thought process is that okay, now the time has come that I can wear whatever I feel like. The first thing that strikes a kid. It is not that what new will we be learning, what will be the different, what will be the exposure in our college. We take independence, we take this freedom very superficially. We think from a personal perspective. We don't think that what responsibility has come onto us when we have stepped into an institution which is going to prepare us to use our youth in a more responsible manner. Remaining relevant to society through our work is another thing which we should focus at. In this aspect, I have seen a lot being done by youth in this present COVID times, and it is really appreciable in many cases. We need to understand that our wars are beyond this superficial and virtual media. Our war lies on this planet, this ground. And that's what this COVID scenario has taught us. Learn to respect nature. Learn to respect your family. Your family is going to be your support system. The community, the area where you stay, they are the people who will support you in any kind of difficult scenario. I would like to ask all youth, how many of your, say, 100 odd or 500 odd Facebook friends actually turned up to ask you, are you okay? Are you fine? Is your family fine? And you can count those numbers in your hands. And trust me, these will be the people whom you have met in person and you know them since a long time. So that's why that relevance, how do you maintain relevance? By living in the present, by being self-aware of things. This is something which we in the present generation need to work a lot on. Engage in vocational activities. Why do we need a COVID to tell us that pick up a hobby? Why we need a COVID to tell us, okay, do some philanthropy, donate things to people? Why do we need a condition to do something which needs to be done unconditionally? This is important because that keeps you young. If you contribute, if you continue to contribute, you will stay young. Here, I would like to mention about a very Ikigai, and it is by Hector Garcia, in which he particular community of Japanese people, a village basically, and the people of this village, the villagers, they live for more than 100 years. They are an epitome of eternal youth. They are an epitome of long life. And when in one of the findings which he came across, that why is it so, is that the community strengthening. Now, when I say community, it is not specific or the understanding which we have limited to our present scenario or maybe in our society, how we limit it to. When I say community, the community is based on humanness. We stay in a particular locality. We all are humans. We connect to each other. We take this responsibility to support each other. How many of us before this pandemic even took the initiative to see how the neighbor is doing? And this is what is needed. Vocational activities, sports, recreation, activities like you have in your college, the National Service Scheme or the NCC, which is soon going to come. These are activities which will transform you from a mere student to a responsible youth. And that should be our focus. Our goals cannot limit to just becoming a doctor. Our goals have to be higher than. I don't know how many of you are aware of Maslow's hierarchy. Physical needs to be at the lowest in the spectrum, and the spiritual goals and intellectual goals at the highest in that spectrum. Let me tell you all, ladies and gentlemen, we are very lucky and very fortunate to be in an ecosystem, to be part of an ecosystem where we can think rationally and contribute. Just for a minute, think about, let's follow the Gandhiji's talisman. I hope everybody would be aware. It used to be on the first page of our NCERT books, and which said that in case of any difficulty, think of somebody who's in a situation not as good as you, and you will realize that you are in a better situation. Let's think about the migrants, the scores of migrants who had to fall back to their respective states. Yesterday, in one of the talks I heard of another veteran, it was very astounding to know that where today we talk of everything as freedom, we have somehow forgotten that there are so many scores of people who don't even have the basic human needs of shelter, fooding, and clothes. In absence of this, would now, let's go back to the Maslow's hierarchy, would now a person rise even above the lowest needs, where we talk of the physical needs or the materialistic needs? Never. That person can never think of being an intellectual person or a person with moralities if he cannot get 3 times meal for his family. And as students, as youth, and as to whichever part of the society we belong, we are in a much, much better situation. So why not make it, use it productively instead of wasting time? Time is just running like sand. We in the degree of uncertainty which we have today, we don't know what could be our mortality rates. So how do you engage yourself? Engage through, when we talk of occupation, there are two things I would like to discuss. There is occupation and there is profession. Both are one of the ways. Profession cannot be your ultimate goal in life. It has to be a medium to achieve your ultimate goal. When we say occupation, even a lady who is not working and is at home has an occupation. She does her activities in throughout the day, which makes her, which keeps her productively engaged. Similarly, a student is also an occupation, because being a student, you engage your day productively in studying, in preparing, in participating in your school, in your school or college activities. That's also an occupation. But when we talk of profession has become such a, it's the trend these days, that I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer. So if from a student you are becoming a doctor or engineer, from occupation you are going to profession, but when will you be a citizen in this entire race? We have sadly forgotten on that part. We all talk, whenever it comes to, we talk of fundamental rights. We forget to flip to the next chapters on fundamental duties and directive principles of the state. We forget to read that. We leave it with our competitive exams. Okay, let it be there. This selective hearing, selective listening, selective reading, we need to address this issue. You can keep yourself occupied with fitness routine. It could be also to participate in community activities, in social activities. These are certain ways to keep yourself occupied. And different people contribute in a different manner. You should respect that. A doctor contributes in his way. A soldier contributes in his way. A teacher contributes in that way, in their own ways. We need to respect these contributions, both occupation as well as profession. There's also a paradox in youth with respect to skills. Now, except for soldiering, the older you get, the more you can positively contribute to your profession. Well, this is not the case. If you have to contribute, you can do it right now. You don't have to reach a particular level. It is not that I was in the army. The day I'll become the chief, let me think about then. Let us leave it there. Let's not worry about our contributions right now. My last posting was in Assam, and I've twice been in Assam. And one thing I learned from the people was that, there are so many ways you can actively be with your actively contribute to the people. I remember that during the protests last year on the Citizenship Amendment Bill, I was halted in one of the protests. I was going in a vehicle. I was finishing my office job, and I was going in my vehicle. And I saw them protesting on the road. That moment, I thought that, okay, I think so. This is the time I need to take stock of things. The protesters walked up to me, and I'm thankful. They requested me that, Madam, we will not allow your vehicle because you are a central government employee. I humbly got down from my vehicle and I just told them one thing. I may be a central government employee. I may be an army officer. But before that, I am a human. I'll be happy if you respect me as a human. And I'll be happy if I could help you as a human. This is not safe. There is already Section 144 imposed. I'll request, there are children, there are kids, there are ladies. Please take them along. Don't get into a situation where you will be unnecessarily harassed. At the same time, don't harass them. They are also human. They are just doing their duties. And this is where I would like to explain one very important thing. In the process of our attachment with our professions, we have forgotten our duty. Every profession has an underlying duty. The urge to reach to the helm of your profession or helm of expertise, in that quest, we have forgotten what are our duties. And we have also forgotten to consider that if we keep doing our duties, we'll definitely reach the goal. And that is where, when you are not performing your duties and you are just attached to things, that's when you have got emotional pains. I come across many children who say that, ma'am, I have not been able to clear SSB. I don't know how I'll clear the interview for Army. I've failed twice. I said, no, you have learned twice. Use that knowledge to achieve better goals, improve yourself, introspect. So all to focus on. We all have I always like to tell this part when we talk of leadership. We all have our spheres of influence and spheres of interest and spheres of responsibility. How concise we make them, how perfectly the sphere of influence should fit into our sphere of interest, then you are the most happy person. The moment, as I was a major in the Army, the moment I move out of that and start thinking, no, this is not my thing. I need to. I can only contribute if I pick up the next rank. No, I have demeaned myself of being at a particular authority. And you can make a lot of changes irrespective of your profession, your occupation, your rank, your position in the company, everything, irrespective of that. Share a very interesting I've seen. When we go to railway stations, you will find that a coolie, the most feeble person, he will, in a red dress, he will be a coolie. And then he will say, no, I'll help you out with lifting the things. So one person will go, he'll be a little on the heavier side, and he will be not in a state to walk because his physical condition doesn't allow him. So he will say, okay, he'll pay a few bucks. He will say, okay, please take me to the next platform, and he'll help him out. Second person could be a young youth who will say, okay, take me. He will go to that youth also, a child also, and again help out to reach the platform where he wants to go. If at one point of time, what if that coolie would have told that young boy, sorry, you are too young, you are fit enough, you can take your luggage yourself? What would have been the reaction? Either he would have been thrashed by that youth, the young boy, or he would have been humiliated that I'm paying you. Then why are you worrying? But it's not that money. Yes, money could be one of the reasons, but not the sole reason that he's doing that job. He's doing it because he feels compelled, or he feels that obligation that this is my job and I have to do it this way. Money has been another issue over these years, which I've seen. There's a lot of lifestyle changes taking place among youth, and it's for the good. We all should develop. We should all have a better standard of living. But in the process of this, we have forgotten necessities versus luxuries versus our ability to sustain things. And somewhere this is compelling us to get into such uncomfortable situations and such uncomfortable taskings where we need more money. Economy is important, but then there is more to the fabric of a society. So we need to understand that as youth. So one important thing which people have asked me, so how do you think your army life has contributed to you? So I always tell them, every job changes the definition of your person, of you. Recently, I read somewhere about a poet, and apologies, I'm forgetting his name, but he mentioned that his first profession was a teacher, and thereafter he became a poet. So whatever is your first profession, ultimately it transforms into the person you are. There's a reason behind it, because the first profession is what we do with that kind of a dedication and that kind of seriousness. So that will define your personality. But at the same time, don't let that be your identity. Your identity has to be beyond that. If my identity is not beyond Major Nithi.CJ, then I will not be in a position to explore more and do my best towards things. My profession, my professional identity should be an enabler to me, not something which restricts me. This is very important if you are choosing your career. There are a few things to understand. When we always, when aspirants come to us, we always say that army is a way of life. It's not a job, or it's not a profession. So similarly, you need to value your profession more than just a process or a method of earning money or status. It needs to be more than that. But at the same time, This can be only achieved if youth have the opportunity to fulfill their career options. And once that is achieved, once that option is achieved, now it is our responsibility as youth to utilize it in a manner where we are satisfied that yes, we have contributed towards nation building. Nation building is not just that you got so many crores of business to a multinational company. No, it is beyond that. The contributions are beyond that. Those won't be seen in a particular frame of time, but it will definitely be seen slowly in the society. So we need to be patient with those changes. Let's get over, we need to get over the bias of just existing on this planet. This life which we have is actually not ours. It's a blessing by our parents. We often tell, even including me, I would have at one point of time told my parents, this is my life. No. But at the same time, had my parents not been there, would I have been in this position? So we need to take account of things. We should take responsibilities. We should not hesitate to take responsibilities. And as youth, we need to get over this usual stereotype description of our life. Bada ghar hona chahiye. I need to have a good car. I need to have good gadgets. I need to go on foreign trips. Wear the best of the dresses. All these are superficialities. In last 6 months, at least I didn't wear any of my outside clothes. So we can survive on 2 pair of pajamas and 2 t-shirts if we want to. That's the best lesson which this has. Yes, technology is important to us. We learned productive usage of technology in this COVID scenario. There were many online workshops. The whole schooling took place through e-learning. And that's what children have to learn. They were engaged, and I'm quite sure they hardly got time to see YouTube or probably any of their favorite games. You do feel pity that 6 hours a day is a long time to spend on the internet, but still, at least they are engaged. The teachers, at least even if the child listens to 10% of what the teacher says, that 10% will definitely exponentially increase in the child. So we need to get over this stereotype definition of a good life. A good life is much, much more beyond this. If you talk of giving a standard of living to your parents, because I have come across, I am an NCC cadet, I have done training with cadets who are children of farmer, who didn't even have electricity at their place. As I was mentioning, my last tenure was in Assam. The place at this point of time, as we talk, is half of the state, half of the land is underwater. They fight every year, they struggle to come out of this situation where nature takes a toll on them. Every year they struggle this. And they quietly struggle. You will not find them sulking about that. For them, it has become a part of their life. Similarly, when I was posted in Punjab, I could hardly find a Punjabi as a beggar. I was stunned. And that's when somebody told me that in Sikhism, begging is the biggest crime. hand should always be there to give to people, not take. That's what the concept they believe in. You go in a Gurdwara, 24 into 7, they are active. So these are the things we need to work on more qualitative goals than quantitative. Also, I would like to tell you about a very interesting incident in my last graphology class. Our teacher asked us a question: what is decision and what are choices? What should you go for? Most of us, as we usually, we like to sound eloquent, and decision sounds a more intelligent word and not very selfish as choice. So we chose decisions. So then he said, okay, tell me, what is homicide? Then he asked, what is fratricide? Then he asked, what is suicide? And then he said, okay, tell me, what is decide? The day you are taking decisions, you are actually killing your options. Go for your choices. You want to be a painter, you want to paint something, and you want to contribute as an artist, go ahead with it. One child asked me, in one of the aspirants, they asked me, ma'am, how do I convince my parents to allow me to allow me to appear in the exams of joining army? I told that child one thing: are you convinced? If you are convinced, if you know this is your choice, your parents, you can do it. Have belief on your parents. No father or no mother wants that their child should be unhappy. And I think so that is the only thing they want. They will not expect anything more than that. They might someday tell you that I want to see you as a doctor, but then they don't. It's just to boost you up. We need to we should have parents, and we should convince them. It is our duty as children to tell them that if you should tell your parents that mom, dad, if I make this choice, I know I will be able to support you as a better son or daughter. And if I don't go as per my choice, I'll be limited to myself, or maybe it will have a different me. We'll see a different me. So that needs to be conveyed to them. And choices, when you're making choices, especially professional choices, or even if you're doing something for the society, there are things above your aptitude. We all have aptitude to do many things, but for what do we have the right attitude? That matters. And yes, you should have ability to learn new skills. Be a learner throughout your life, and trust me, that's the most intoxicating drug I have ever seen. That urge to learn as much possible. Ye bhi seekh lo, let's learn this. One day like this last 6 months, my mom was asking that, even people ask that, are you not getting bored at home? Because you have been an army officer, you're used to being engaged. Are you not getting bored at home? I said, this is the first time I'm seeing a Sunday. I'm first time seeing a holiday. So I'm enjoying those moments where I'm told that be at home, don't go out. This is the first time when it's happening. And how do I use it? The entire day, I was more busy. I was doing workshops for children, and I was enrolled in few workshops. The entire day, I didn't even get time to think. And that is what, again, I'll refer back to the book Ikigai, where they say that you have to be on your toes. Every morning when you wake up, it should be with the thing in your eyes that yes, there is a purpose for your life. When you sleep, you have to sleep with that intention that yes, tomorrow I have to do this. That needs to be told. to us. The day we have that, then we are gone. And coming to challenges and opportunities, it's in everywhere, like everything. Everything. The mere existence of human life is full of challenges and opportunities. And I refrain from using, I don't like using the word challenges, because there are no challenges. Everything is an opportunity, and we need to take it as a learning experience, and we will definitely succeed in that. I'll tell you a personal, Deepika ma'am is aware of it. I'll tell you an experience of just today. Before this, I had a session with the Hindu and an academy, and there was some glitch in the whole in my laptop. Then there was network issue. There were a lot many things going at simultaneously, and you're sozzled at that time. Okay, you are getting late, and when children, they are in anticipation, they are waiting. You are making people wait. That's like really a crime for a person like me, who has been in the army, to make people wait. That's the biggest crime you can do to people. But then what is in my hand I could do? What can I do about things which are not in my hand? Should I keep worrying about that? No. So I tried to work out few alternatives till the last time, and finally I could get into the session. At that time, my only thought in my mind was, as people are have been waiting for so long, I should give my best shot. I should give whatever I can share with them, so that they feel that yes, the wait was worth it. So that should be the approach to things in life. You do feel at times dejected. You do feel sad. You will be at times feeling down. I'm not saying that please never have any negative thought in your mind. No, let it come. Let it come. Once it comes, address it. Then reconcile to the facts, and then let it evade from you. If you allow your negativities or your negative thoughts to go through this process, you'll keep piling up too much in your mind. And what will you be left with? It will have an outburst someday, and that can be something like what we saw in the case of Sushant Singh Rajput, such an established actor. Why he had to do this? Because there was piling up. Nobody probably could guide him that, please, I am there. I am listening to you. Don't pile up things to yourself. So take every challenge as an opportunity. The day you take every challenge as an opportunity, you will win half of the battles of your life. Rather more than half. Like somebody asked me about what is the most sad moment in your life. I actually had to sit and think. I actually had to sit and think, because the moment I was thinking of a sad moment, I was automatically coming up, the outcome of that moment came to me. And you have to, there are certain realities of life which you have to consider. Human life is not immortality. So our aim should not be to live long. Our aim should be to live good. And when I say good, in a manner that tomorrow, when you are not part of this place, you should be remembered. Subhash Chandra Bose had brought it out in one of his speeches, that even if I won't be alive, I know that my ideas will exist, and I will exist through my ideas. Now that's something we all should aspire to. When we idealize people, we should not get into becoming someone, but imbibe qualities from them and become a better version of you yourself. And that's again totally up to us. We are a free nation today. How you go about it, how you do it, whom do you seek guidance for doing this, is we are free to do that. We are more than free. In fact, we are more than free in our present day. If we see countries around us, the kind of situation they are going through, we are definitely in a better state. And then have a vision. Dr. Kalam gave us a vision 2020. Let us someday sit and introspect how we have contributed to that vision. And trust me, we won't be able to complete 1%. So it's now totally, it's high time, especially we should take this COVID as an opportunity, do our best, get our systems at place. This country is the biggest example in the last few months. A nation which didn't even have, which was importing PPE kits from different countries, is today the largest exporter of PPE kits. And this can happen in a matter of 6 months. Let us introspect, where are we slowing down, or where are we little out of track for the last 74 years? So before I conclude, I would just like to tell something to all youth who are watching this, and a simple 3-line which I wrote before I went for my SSB, which I keep repeating to myself, is compete with yourself, introspect your inner self, challenge your limits, and say, I can do it. I'll repeat it. Compete with yourself, introspect your inner self, challenge your limits, and say, I can do it. So with that, I conclude my talk. I'm thankful and full of gratitude to Keshav Memorial Institute of Commerce and Sciences, Principal Sir, all esteemed teachers and participants who have joined us today. I'm really thankful to all of you. That's so kind of you to have given me this opportunity. And I definitely would love to contribute as much as possible in my capabilities. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a thought-provoking lecture by you. It was definitely an inspiring one. Some participants has raised their hands, madam, for the question and answer session. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Myself, Roshan Kumar Misra from West Bengal, ma'am.
Yes,
Roshan Kumar
Mr.
Misra
Roshan.
from West Bengal. Good morning to all of you, and you, madam, also. You are the pride of our nation, as I am also belong to a military man family. First of all, happy independence to all of you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
There is signal problem, sir, from your side. There is signal problem from your side.
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. There is some disturbance in your audio.
I am here. Your voice is audible.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me?
Now okay. Now okay. Just stay.
Okay.
Just move. Don't move your head and here and there. Just keep continuous.
Okay. Now audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My question is with Major Nithi.CJ.
Yes, please
Hello?
go ahead.
You're audible.
My question.
Okay, let us go for one more one.
My brother is in Garhwal Rifles, Indian Army.
Okay.
And
Okay.
my question is for you that in what way a profession can be a passion for the youth?
How can profession be passion for your youth? Okay.
Passion.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
that will happen if the day our profession is as per our choice and not enforced on us, or not enforced due to circumstances, enforced due to peer pressure, enforced due to what is the trend. So the day we choose our profession, we will be passionate about it. And if we decide to go for a profession, we will be unhappy about it.
I think one must have to go on that profession for which he has the passion in his heart from his childhood. Is it right?
Yes. And sometimes that comes late in a person. So we need to
Yes.
So whatever time it comes into your mind, that has nothing to do. The
Citizen factor.
period when you realize that yes, this is what you want to be. That can be any time. That need not be when you kid. That can be any. And thankfully, or I don't know, like these days, the education system is also transforming. So we can expect that we'll have more skill-based education. And we'll be able to fulfill our dreams in a better manner.
Yes,
I
sure,
hope
ma'am.
I answered your question,
Okay.
Mr. Roshan. Okay.
Yes, why not? Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Sai Kumar, do you have a question, sir? Sai Kumar? Savita, go. Yeah. Yeah, please go on.
Yes, you are audible.
Happy Independence Day.
Thank you. Wish you the same.
It's a problem with the network. Okay. Savita Gupta? Dr. Savita Gupta? Ma'am, do you have a question? Sai Kumar, you're not, you have muted yourself. Please unmute and talk. We're not able to hear you. Yeah. Mr. Sai Kumar, you may please go on now. Till now, we couldn't hear you. Mr. Sai Kumar? Okay. Kishore Singh? Mr. Kishore Singh, do you have a question? Okay. Saroj?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Saroj.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am. Please go on.
Ma'am. Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day, Saroj. Yeah, please ask your
I'm
question.
so happy to see you and listen you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you are such a great inspiration for all of us, and for youth. Ma'am, I have any question. I have not any query. I just want to say that you are an inspiration for me, and I'm so grateful to see you and to listen you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Swati Modak, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Happy Independence Day to you.
Happy Independence Day, Swati.
Thank you, ma'am. My question is to you. Ma'am, how can we improve the responsibility in children nowadays? How can we make them responsible? They are very casual nowadays. I am a teacher in Rajkumar College, Raipur, Chhattisgarh.
Oh, great, great.
You are also from Raipur, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, as teachers, it is how you can go about inculcating that responsibility in a child. It has lot many dimensions. It won't be solely responsibility of a teacher. Like I said in the beginning, there are key societal roles played by three people. That is the father, the mother, and the teacher. So a teacher can contribute to, then there has to be something from the parents' side. So you need to address that if a child is not performing or not doing his responsibilities, to understand that casual approach to things, we need to engage them more, and that can be achieved if you carry out certain activities in maybe your class, in your lectures, and then ensure a certain discipline at our end also, because the moment we are firm on what we are telling and we convey that with logic, they will agree to it. Because the present generation is full of logical, they need logical reasoning for every small little thing. So we need to be very patient in our approach and give them the necessary logics, and I'm sure they will start listening to you. Because I used to face the similar problem, because having been senior in service, the young officers used to generally feel that, okay, this is her job to tell us. But then you need to tell that, no, there is something beyond job. You are investing time in them. That needs to be made realized to them. And once you have achieved that, I'm very certain they have no other choice but to perform their responsibilities.
Thank you, ma'am, so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Adarsh, do you have a question?
Hi, ma'am. I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Please go on.
Hi, Nithi, ma'am. First of all, asking this interview.
Could you be a bit louder,
Thank
please?
you so much, sir. Thank you.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ma'am, my question is that what is your message to the youth? I am a teacher student. We are all going through this pandemic situation in our country. What is your message to the youth for build our strength to overcome this pandemic situation of our stress?
The only message I have is stay strong. Understand that each action of yours can cost somebody's life. If you even think, even if we think of moving out without a mask or without sanitizing ourselves and coming back and not performing those activities, we can cost somebody's life. The day we understand as youth that we are responsible people and we need to contribute, we will definitely be able to come out of this pandemic situation. We are one of the strongest living race on this earth. The human race has come out of many difficult situations in all these eras. So we will come out of this. We just have to be patient, follow the regulations because they have been laid down with concerns. Respect our government, respect the decisions which they are taking, and definitely we will be able to come out of this. I hope I answered your question, Adarsh.
Yes, Uma ma'am.
Okay, madam, here we have some questions from the chat box.
Okay.
This is one, very long question that is posed by Dr. Abu Bakr. He's saying youth is the future of any country, and a great country like India with highest population in Asia and third highest population in the world. So his question is, Youth, what is your contribution to the Indian society in terms of peace, stability, poverty eradication, rape issues, good governance and accountability? Do you have strong body or union that is leading and making decisions on behalf of you and the whole youth obeying to that union, like what we have in northern Nigeria? His union, he's saying, is coalition of civil society organizations of northern Nigeria.
We need to understand one thing, ma'am. What I personally feel is that we are a different society. Our history, if we go into our history and our how we have evolved as a nation state, we thrive on a concept of harmony, and we thrive on a concept of secularism. We thrive on a concept of fraternity. And for a nation to have that kind of a society as a template followed in Nigeria, I'm actually not certain to comment on that issue. But definitely as youth, to address these social issues, these disparities, these biases, we need to make them feel the worth of being a youth. No, that is the most important thing. Things cannot be going the way they are going. If we talk of harmony between everybody, whether we talk of communal harmony, whether we talk of peace, whether we talk of equality, poverty is the biggest crime. But at the same time, as a strata, if we study democracy, you will find people in all the different strata of the democracy. And merely respecting each other in those pockets of the society will bring a lot of change. Our governance is in place. The issue comes in execution. And that's where a moral responsibility of a citizen comes into place. We need to get over that confirmatory bias, what we call in psychology, that if everybody says, then it is right. But if everybody says and it is right, then who will stand for a critical thinking? How we progress without a critical thinking? There will be drawbacks in the system. There will be drawbacks in execution. But we need to take stock of things, and that is possible that we stop blaming the government, we stop blaming the executionaries, we stop blaming the administrative services or the defense forces. We cannot loosely say that we had to vote, so we went and we voted. This is the most irrational statement we can do in an era where there is so much transparency between the government and its people. So we need to take that responsibility. Yes, if there is some drawback in the government, we are responsible. We need to address the issue. And let me tell you, we cannot have a utopian society. Our diversity is our strength, as well as full of challenging opportunities. So we need to look into that. How successful such a society can be in India, difficult to say. We already have many youth volunteer forces in the country. If put to good use, definitely they will do a wonderful job. But who will define that? Who will convey that? That needs to be taken care of. And I have been part of the NCC for a long time, and I am in touch with the NCC cadets even now. And I know quietly they all are doing their job in this pandemic scenario. Instead of looking what has not been done, let's look at what all has been done. And maybe we get a better answer to this. Rape is increasing. It's not just the modernization. We have superficially modernized. What about the mindset? Who will teach a boy to respect women? If tomorrow I have a child, I have to ensure that that child knows that there's no difference between a boy or a girl. If I don't bring up that child in that manner, then I can forget that he'll respect or she will respect the other person or the other gender. We have to take responsibilities ourselves. There is nobody else who's going to come and save our homes. I hope I addressed Sir's question in the best possible manner.
Yeah, I do hope so that you have answered him. But there is some nice, interesting question coming from Sukaina Fatima.
Okay.
She's saying, my question is, what does finding oneself mean? As a saying goes, one who finds himself can find what he wants to do. So how can one find himself? And I will also integrate one question that is posed by one of the participants here, which also is asking in the similar lines. If our passion is different from what our parents have for them, how is that we can realize what is our passion?
Okay. We need to, as parents have responsibilities to children, as children we have responsibilities to parents. But that doesn't mean that we stop acknowledging ourselves as an individual person. The day we do that, we'll stop our own growth. I plant a mango tree, and maybe a feet distance, I will plant another mango tree. But if I plant one at one point and say hardly half a feet the other tree, will they coexist? No. One will definitely overgrow the other. You need to find yourself. And if you are convinced that you have found your purpose of life, what you really are, you need to speak to your parents about it. Never argue with them. Never argue with them, but put across your points. You have to develop that courage. You have to develop, because at the end of the day, it is your duty to look after your parents. It is your duty to reciprocate the leeway. They have been doing so much unconditionally for you, but don't get succumbed to it. Rather, convince them that whatever I do, I will do all my duties as a son or a daughter. As your child, I will definitely do the duties. That assurance and that faith you need to build up in your parents. And for that, you need to identify with yourself. And the best way to do that is just think, what interests you? What profession do you look at? What is the goal of your life? What do you want to do? Some people figure it out fast, and some people figure it out late. And it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It is not until we see the goal, like how we have movies. We have trailers for movies. Some movies, by name, they are famous. We don't have to see the movie and we will like, yes, this movie is going to be a super hit. But then there are certain movies of which you need a trailer. Once you see the trailer, you know that, okay, this movie is going to be good. But has the second movie become in any way bad than the first one? No. They have their own places in the society. And similarly, you will also have belief in yourself. Self-belief is our strength. And of a super intelligence, which we have not even seen, but we feel every day. So when you have a have faith on such a supreme intelligence, then we should have faith on ourselves, because we see each other, we see ourselves every day. Sit, think for a while every day, 15 minutes, where are you going in life? And I think so that should help you out to figure out many things.
Thank you, ma'am. Your patience in answering the questions and all, it was just an inspiring lecture, madam. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Within 2-3 seconds, you have responded to us that you will be coming for this webinar, and thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure,
madam.
pleasure.
Now I invite Madam Kartika to propose a vote of thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of the Keshav Memorial Institute of Commerce and Sciences and Department of English, I take the opportunity to propose vote of thanks. I thank Major Nithi Madam for an inspiring and thought-provoking exposition that we must respect the family, nature, and the society. We should be relevant and engage in vocational activities. We need to set a goal, be ready to take up responsibility, and be dutiful towards our country. Thank you so much, ma'am, for really enlightening us on these issues. And I thank our management, our secretary, Dr. Annadanam Subramaniam, principal, Dr. J. Nageshwar Rao, for their constant support and motivation. I thank C.H. Jalanjar for technical support he extended for smooth conduct of the program. I thank all the participants for their participation, which always encourage us to conduct such programs. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Now I request all the participants to just stand, mute your audios and videos for our national anthem.
Madam, is it audible?
Yes.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for your gracious lecture and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch with you, ma'am. We'll also invite you to our Keshav Memorial College. We'll be glad to find you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Deepika madam, shall I end the meeting? Are there any?
Sir, we'll have a screenshot.
Screenshot. Are you taking or want me to take?
You take, sir.
Okay.
All the participants can switch on your videos,
Yes.
please. Sir, మీరు అక్కడ ఉమా మేడం.
Nutan Rasani, one more participant is there, is not on their video. We are participating with the mobile. Just turn your mobile in horizontally so that the picture will be full screen, if possible. Otherwise, okay. Okay, ma'am, done.
Sir, one more, sir.
One
Excuse me, one more.
Yes.
One more, sir. Yes, sir.
Ravindra Parab.
One more will
Sure.
have a snack with our principal, sir, ma'am.
Principal sir has not been, right?
Only for 2 minutes.
Sure, definitely. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am, done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, madam.
Shall I add them in? Okay. Anybody
Yes,
want
sir.
to speak anything or want me to close
Sir,
it?
madam.
Principal sir?
Thank you.
I know. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm ending
Thank
the
you,
meeting.
ma'am. Thank you, Nithi, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. All of you, thank you for this occasion.